My name's David Flanagan. I'm the Executive Chairman at Red Dirt Metals, and I'm really excited about the opportunity to tell you about what we're up to. And hopefully during the course of it, you'll all become shareholders if you aren't already. And if you are, you'll be triggered to go and buy some more shares. And that way we can hopefully make you lots of money. So today I want to tell you three things. I want you to walk away remembering three things about Red Dirt Metals. Okay, the first one is that we have the Mount Ida lithium project. We have a 13 million tonne resource there going 1.2%. It's on a granted mining license where there's been a 75 or thereabouts year of mining, 75 years of mining history on that tenement. There's been 300,000 ounces at 18 grams per tonne gold mined on that tenement. It's a highly disturbed piece of ground, and we are completely committed to starting mining there as soon as possible. Now, what that means is we are absolutely going to take advantage of having a granted mining license with resolved native title, with no rare plants or animals. There is a water supply there, there's an airstrip there, and there's roads that link that project to Geraldton Port, and in Geraldton Port there's capacity. So we are completely committed to going in there and lodging our mining approvals in early 2023. Hopefully that'll give us approvals later in that same year to start mining. Yes, that's correct. We want to go in there and get approval to start mining in calendar year 2023 and start shipping DSO ore from the Mount Ida project. So that's the first thing. The single biggest advantage our business has is a granted mining license, resolved native title, an 80-year mining history, and we are going in to convert an old gold mine to a modern lithium mine. The place is a bit of a mess, so in the process of doing this lithium mine, we are going to clean it up and we're going to make a difference. Number two is we are completely committed also to expanding that project to produce a lithium concentrate as soon as we possibly can. So that's the second thing. First one, fast track DSO. Second one, we're completely committed to the concentrate. Why? Well, DSO, all of the other great lithium companies in Western Australia started exporting DSO. Now, we want to be great, so we want to be just like them. Number two, we'll get up and running with the concentrate. All that test work's underway. And the third thing I want you to remember is growth. We are not just about one project. We are not just about one product. We are not just about one stage of growth. We believe shareholders want more. We know the market wants more, and we can see the opportunity to deliver that to them. We've got a great team and look forward to telling you about it today. So cash at bank, that's us at the end of September. We've got a good team. The share price is doing okay. We think it can do a lot better. We think that with the delivery of our first resource only 3 weeks ago, we delivered our first resource. We only bought the project a year ago. There's going to be a lot more lithium found on that tenement. There's going to be a lot more milestones reported on progress as we take this thing from an exploration project to a mine. And like I said before, we're completely committed to it. I've got a substantial performance milestone and my remuneration tied to converting this resource to a reserve and to a mine. And that's exactly what everyone else is committed to doing as well. Outlook for the market, everyone will have already talked about this. You know, Reg probably has talked about it. Now, right now in the marketplace, it's hot. It's hot. Now, our project, our kickoff project, is not the biggest project in the world. We've only got 12.7 million tonnes there at the moment. Now, we'll have more than that, but we're not going to have 10 times more than that at Mount Ida. I think it's going to be 2 or maybe 3 times ultimately. It's that scale of project. It's material, but it's not going to move the needle. The development strategy for that project is relatively simple, and we think we can get product into the market next year. Now, what is going to move the needle is some of these giant projects around the world, and there's some here in WA. I think that cost pressures, I think supply pressures And I think complexity of those operations is going to mean that some of them are delayed a bit. And that's just normal. That's what happens with the bigger projects. And that means, as far as I'm concerned, there's going to be a supply crunch. There's going to be less delivered. And you know what else I think? I think that it doesn't so much affect us because we're sort of not, as I said, we're not at the moment at a point where we can globally move the needle. But if there was to be corporate activity amongst some of the larger players, I can very easily see the supply or the demand side, the market getting a bit anxious about where they're going to get their lithium from. I think that could trigger another run in the lithium price. So I see potential consolidation in supply the way it happened with Altura and Pilbara, triggered or supported or contributed massively to a step up in the lithium price. I think that is going to happen again. And I think there's going to be a slowing or an under delivery of supply while the demand is coming ever and ever stronger. So at the end of the day, there's upside in price. This is the project. This is where it is. It's in the goldfields. We can be there at the end of the day. We don't need a passport to get there. It's great. The Sister Sam is where we'll sort of start. It's the nice one. The ore body's 30 metres wide, 80 metres long, comes to the surface. The top part of it's depleted. As we go in here to kick off a scoping study, it's becoming evident and clear that anything that we spend on the startup for the direct shipping ore operation is money that we save on the stage 2 in building the flotation circuit. Okay, anything we spend on stage 2 or on stage 1 is a savings for stage 2. So you build a camp, you don't need to build it again. You organise your water supply, you don't need to do it again. Power station, roads, admin buildings, ROM pad. We're going to make our waste dump for this project. Hopefully it'll work out to be that we'll get approval to build the walls of a tailings dam. So we actually will be doing pre-strip for this will be the same as the pre-strip that would have had to have been done for stage 2. So they will complement each other really well. And whilst the DSO operation is being advanced, we will of course be doing everything we can to advance the stage 2. This is a nice picture here. Look, it's a plan view of the mining license. It won't surprise any of you that one of the best places to go looking for another ore body is right next to the last one that you found. So we've got a bunch of intercepts, soils, geological positions that have been identified right next to our existing deposits. And the team will be drilling these, and we're pretty excited about what we're going to find. Now, stage 3, growth. So stage 1 is the DSO. We want to hammer that next year. Stage 2 is about getting the concentrate plant up and running. Stage 3 is growth. And that's where Unifara comes in. The Mount Ida lithium project was born from a piece of outcrop the size of your kitchen table. You look at the contained metal value there. You look at the opportunity. If we take 20 or 40,000 tonnes a month slots out of Geraldton and we access even less pricing than was achieved by Core or Pilbara, and even if we only access the same operating costs that the guys out of Wiluna have been, their break-even price on iron ore is about $100 a tonne. Now, a lot of companies, selling DSO for well north than $750 or $800 or $900 or $1,000 a tonne. So it's our job as custodians of these assets for the benefit of shareholders, the state and the nation, is to get in there and have a crack. Unifara, stage 3, growth. We bought this project from Electra State in September for about $15 million in paper, and it's great to have those guys as shareholders. It's in the Gascoyne. It's closer to Geraldton Port than Mount Ida is. It's closer to Onslow Port than Geraldton. So we see there's multiple port options here. We've got granted exploration licenses. There's a heritage agreement in place. We've got a clearance to go and drill 150 holes. This diagram shows you why I'm so excited about Unifara. Now, have a look at that yellow box. I'm sure you can all see that yellow box. You've got your glasses on, right in the middle there. It's what we call a very, very small portion of a Goldilocks zone that we've mapped in there for kilometres and kilometres and kilometres. This is an area where there's been soil sampling and rock chip sampling, and there's really been hardly any work done elsewhere. But on that tiny little patch, there's another smaller subset, and this is about 2 kilometres by 1 kilometre. And in this one patch, there are 44 mapped pegmatites. And of those 44, there's been 16 that we've mapped and sampled, and some previous explorers have drilled some of these things. And some of these outcropping mineralised pegmatites are 700 metres long and 60 metres wide. Now, we have a permit to go in here and drill 150 holes. The rig is arriving next week. To say that I'm excited is an understatement. Now, we don't know how much will be here ultimately. We don't know how continuous the mineralisation will be. But what we do know is there's been ore grade intercepts plus 20 metre thickness drilled to depths of 80 metres. Okay, some of them are listed here: 23 metres at 1.02, 26 metres at 0.9, 17 at 0.9. And this is RC drilling. And we found that RC drilling can underestimate the grade of these things sometimes. So we're going in here with diamond, and we are very, very excited. At surface, this looks like a beautiful, clean spodumene pegmatite. So we've got really good rock chips at surface. We look forward to getting some good results out of here by year end. Okay, now safe to say, we see this as an opportunity to be something substantially bigger than Mount Ida. I'm not putting an exploration target on it, but some of these areas are very, very extensive. And we look forward to making the new shareholders that came with this deal, quite wealthy. So, in summary, I've said it, I don't know how many times I've said it. DSO, we're going to get in there and have a red hot crack. We're going to convert an old gold mine into a new, modern, brand spanking, environmentally perfect lithium project. DSO startup, bang. Then we're going to follow up stage 2. It's going to be about producing concentrate. And we're going to do the pre-fees, the DFS. There'll be all sorts of offtake agreements, people coming to the business, and we'll be executing that in parallel to the DSO. And while that's all happening, we will be drilling and drilling and drilling at Unifara, because it's also about growth. And we'll be doing all of that concurrently. We've consulted with our shareholders. They love that idea. We've got a great team of people. I welcome all of you to go over and have a talk to Charles. Unfortunately, Charles Hughes, who's over at the booth, is there by himself. I'm here because I've got COVID. You don't want me there. You might catch my COVID. You might get sick. So have a chat to Charles. For an Englishman, he's a wonderful bloke. He's an outstanding geologist. He completely gets all of the geology on all of these projects. He's been with us there from the beginning, and he's done an amazing job. So thank you very much to Des and the team at Noosa Mining for the opportunity to present here today. I love this story. I hope you love it. I look forward to talking to you all in due course as we fast track the DSO production, the concentrate production, and then grow the hell out of Unifara. Thanks very much.